Good morning, everybody. I guess really it's good morning, ladies. And any gentlemen up there? Hello. Oh, well, no, you're the boss. One man up here in the group. So good morning, ladies and sir. I'm very pleased to be here today to talk about the work that we do at the Truly Living Well Center for Natural Urban Agriculture. Speaking of Callaway Garden, I first went there, 35 years ago. And my fondest remembrance is of the azaleas. And we were there with the Georgia Poultry Association, had an annual spring right around the azalea time. It was really lovely. Today I want to talk about urban agriculture. You know, at the turn of the last century, 95% of Americans lived in rural areas. Today, 81% of Americans live in urban areas. Your food travels 2,000, 1,500 miles, I don't care what the number is, it's a long way, it creates a huge carbon footprint. And with all the people living in the city, I think that it's important that we grow food where we are. We used to live hundreds of years ago, not even that long ago, people lived within walking distance of where their food was produced. That no longer exists. The Chinese have 1.3, 1.4 billion people. They want to move 250 million people from the countryside into the cities to create a consumer economy. So the entire world is moving to urban. And it's predicted by the year 2050 that 70% of the world will be urban. People will be living in metropolitan areas. And what are we going to do about our food? I would proffer to you that the commercial agricultural system, the paradigm in which we live in, is broken. It doesn't work. The food that you're getting is not nutritious. People, with all the hybridization and the GMOs that are in the food, folks are getting sick, don't understand why. There's been a steady increase since the introduction of hybrids back in the 1940s of endemic diseases, and there's a big spike since 1996 when GMOs were brought in. And we have them around us. In this country, we can't even get the food labeled, so you can have a choice of whether you're getting GMO foods or not. So being a child of the 60s, one of the adages we espoused was if you're not a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. So my work over the years now is in urban agriculture, and I want to take these few minutes to tell you about what we do at Truly Living Well, why we do it, some of the results that have come from it, and hopefully I will not stay here too long. We can answer a few questions at the end. This is the picture you see here. We are a model for sustainable local food systems. We are creating a local food movement. We want people to get food where they are. We want people to eat locally and create this economy. This is our premier site. This was a very early picture of our site downtown in the old 4th Ward, right over off of Auburn Avenue, around the corner from where Martin King had his office. Ebenezer Baptist Church, King Center, is back this side looking in this picture, but this is our site. This is 4 acres here. We got 2 acres across the street. We have 5 sites in total, one in Southwest, one in East Point, and one down towards Fayetteville. I think I just lost this thing. Here it is. All right. We are a 501c3 based in Atlanta. We've been here since 2006. This is our 9th season. And we use quality food, local food production to build self-sufficient food secure communities. If I control your food, I control you. I think it's very important that people know who grows their food, the quality of food, and where it's coming from. And I term that horticultural literacy. Most of us don't know. You go to the store, you don't know where that food comes from. Most of us don't have enough knowledge to even ask, where did this originate? You know, we eat food that's not seasonal, not in tune with our bodies and in the locale where we are. I always had a friend that told me, well, trying to explain that it's better for you to eat foods that are in season. And her response, well, it's in season somewhere. But that somewhere may be halfway around the world. So how are you doesn't work. We're trying to fix that. All right, we demonstrate sustainable and economically viable solutions for helping people to eat and live better. That's our vision. Truly Live Well grows stronger communities by connecting people with their food and the land through education, training, job creation, and entrepreneurial development. We want to emulate nature in everything that we do. I don't think, GMO, genetically modified organisms. I think what that really means is God move over. The food scientists and nutritionists think they know more than God does. And I have a problem with that. We do emulate nature in all that we do through our education. We try to prioritize our partners' interests. These are the central values that we have: superior quality, integrity, honesty, diversity, teamwork, creativity. And the title of our work is we are doing the work of urban agriculture. There are a lot of people that talk about what they want to do. We work very hard to walk the talk that we espouse. I just clicked that and it didn't move. What happened here? All right. Why is it blinking like that? Here we go. We're a vital force for social transformation and urban transformation. We transform both people and places. That site that you saw at the very beginning, let me go back so we can have some clarity on that. This was a housing project just a few years ago. Townhouses were here that were removed. So you can see each of those areas, growing areas, this was a parking lot here where the butterfly is. That slab that the greenhouse is on is what the whole area looked like. If you come down there now, and I certainly invite all of you to come and see what we do. We're right downtown, as I said, in the old 4th Ward. So we've transformed this neighborhood. When we got there, it was full of vice, crime, drugs were being sold on the corner. And because of the work we're doing and the trolley that's been installed on Auburn and Edgewood, we've transformed that neighborhood. This was a housing project. We have a board of directors. I'm the CEO. We have a staff who do both the administrative and farm operations. We have thousands of volunteers that come through. We work with the organizations in the community, both in the neighborhood and around town. And our money comes from one of the things that distinguishes us from other 501c3s. Last year, 25% of our income was earned. So we do get grants and funding from corporations, foundations, and from the government, but we also earn our way. Today, our P&L, we're over 50% of our income is earned. So the other monies go to support the education aspects of our work. All education is subsidized in this country. Whatever, university, elementary school, it runs on taxpayers' money. Universities can't run just on tuition. You have to get money to come in, and that's the supplements that we need to what we're doing. I like this. This is our organization chart. Rather than a pyramid, I like to look at it this way. You think of a pond, you drop a pebble in a pond, it ripples out. So the work that we do at the center spreads throughout the community, and that's how we're able to affect people rather than it being a top-down. And our training is both internal and external. We bring people in, and I'm talk about that a little bit more, to train them, but all the people within our organization are also learning this business. Why? As I said, 80% of Americans live in the city. Urban farming leads to food security, food sovereignty. You need to control what goes in your bodies, what you eat. And we reconnect people with the land through this work that we do while protecting the environment and improving it and creating jobs for folks. Some of the benefits from urban agriculture: access to local, natural food, healthy food choices. You get out in the garden, do some work, you're gonna get some activity. How many of y'all garden? That work is no joke, is it? Not at all. You know, it's really amazing. You get people come out who volunteer at the farm, and they are so gung-ho when they get started, but they're just dragging at the end. And the volunteers that do come, we tell them straight up, you're gonna get the grunt work, okay? Heavy lifting, and we show them how to do it. Had a group out there last week. You know, if you got a big pile of wood chips that you're trying to put out, mulching an area, people get out there and they'll start loading that wheelbarrow, one shovel at a time, when that's not the way you do it. You lay the wheelbarrow down and pull stuff in. So you show folks, here's an easier way to do this work. They say, no, I want to do this. I say, fine. They want to go back to their old way. That's fine. I've been there, done that. Sometimes with young folks, I get amazed at the millennials, and we got a few of them here in this room. I tell them, you can learn from your own mistakes. You can make your mistakes and learn, or you can learn from my mistakes and not have to make so many. But they don't always listen. Economic, we create jobs, make food affordable. Socially, we have a community-supported agriculture program, CSA. People pay us in advance for the food and able to come pick it up. Education. Ecological, horticultural literacy, I already talked about, stormwater management, soil improvement, increased biodiversity. These are all some of the elements that go into our work. We have three principles for our work: intensive small-scale food production, agriculture, education, and training, community outreach, and economic development. Those are the three legs. Everything we do comes from this, stems from here. We have 5 locations. We're up 35,000 pounds of food now. We use natural production methods. We utilize crop diversity, eco-diversity, biodiversity. You come to our sites, one of the questions that people often ask is, what do you do about all the bugs and the insects and the diseases you have out there? I said, well, we don't. Just come look. Because we've created a biodiverse environment. We have flowers and the trees and herbs. We have, down that site you just saw now, we've planted, we have apples, pears, figs, plums, pomegranates, blackberries, raspberries, muscadine, scuppernong, peaches, pears, you name it. We create all this fruit and all the different herbs that we can, as well as the flowers. We sell cut flowers to a lot of the businesses in the downtown area. So you create a biodiverse area that nature has an uncanny way of protecting itself. Okay? And the problem with commercial agriculture is monocrop. They put one thing out there, then they got to go out and spray it, put the chemicals on it. They use the soil as the receptacle for the roots, thinking that they know what to feed those plants, when the plants have a greater, and I would argue, they got a greater intelligence than we do. Everything on this planet gets its energy from the sun, okay? But the plants get theirs directly. We have to eat the plants, okay? If all the plants on this planet were to disappear, we'd be gone real quick. But if all the humans disappeared, the planet would probably be better off. Hard concept, but it's real. Also, the other thing we do is we collect compost. We get all the compost from the Sweet Auburn Market. Y'all know, how many of y'all know the Sweet Auburn Market downtown? We get all their compost, plus from restaurants and coffee shops around, bring it to our site and compost it. So what we return to the earth is going to return to us. So we grab all this material, compost it, put it back in the soil. We grow earthworms. We also have an aquaponics system where you use fish to feed the plants. All of these are there to be demonstrated. Let's see what's next here. I think I missed one. The education, we want to reintroduce farming as a viable, socially important occupation. This is Alma Kiasu. She is our camp director. We have a camp, 4 two-week sessions during the summer, and Marsha's son has been there twice now, and the children love it, ages 6 to 14. We had folks come all the way from Savannah this year to participate in our program. So it's exciting. It's an experiential curriculum that we use for the camp. We have the Urban Growers program. Come back here. I'm sorry. The Urban Growers program, where we train people for 6 months, 12 months. We have classes on a weekly basis. We give tours. We have folks from all the universities, the elementary schools, all levels. Folks come out and come and see what we do. These are guided tours where we're teaching, and you can see the diversity of the folks that are coming through. We have plenty of volunteers. Volunteers are the backbone of our organization. And with all the talents and tech that people have, they contribute that to our work to help us to grow. Community outreach and economic development. We have, at the peak during the summer, during camp, we have about 35 people. We've trained 200 new farmers around town, and it's really satisfying for me to ride around Metro Atlanta and see how far spread our techniques are. We teach urban techniques, no big tractors. Everything we do can be done with a hoe, a rake, and a shovel. We think that's very important. So folks at home, we want you to grow in your backyard, front yard, side yards, patios, balconies. Grow some food, grow where you are. And we teach folks how to do that using no more than a hoe, a rake, and a shovel. Okay? We circulating dollars in the community, 4,000 people more, thousands of hours of volunteer. And what I said, in 2013, we had 100. This year, I think we had 102 youth altogether in our summer camp. We just starting a new season. We have 8 Vista volunteers are going to be working with us, and they're going to be out in the community helping to educate. We do lunch and learns in addition to the tours. So they'll be working in the community trying to give more education and training to the people that are around us. Oh, man. Through our work, decreased illnesses, impact, we're creating jobs, young people coming out, not just young people, starting their own businesses, reducing crimes, I mentioned, increased self-dependence, the lowered carbon footprint, improved water quality. These are all some of the benefits that come through our work and how we evaluate ourselves. This lady here in the picture, that's Andrea. She's amazing. She started off as one of our trainees, and then she managed our market. We have a market every Wednesday in East Point, downtown on Fridays. She managed the office. Now she's back out in the fields, which she loves, as our farm administrator, and just making sure all the paperwork gets taken care of properly out there. So she has a very broad skills, and she knew none of this when she started several years ago. We demonstrate sustainable and economically viable solutions for helping people to eat and live well, and that's me a few pounds lighter. Got a kick out of that, huh? All right. What we want to solidify our base. Some of the things we're working on. We want to purchase a 25 acre permanent headquarters, strengthen our capacity to manage and support growth. You know, if you're not growing, you're dying. So we want to continue to grow, but do it at a speed and pace that is commensurate with our environment. And we want to also always expand and diversify our revenue base. This is Will Allen right here. Will Allen is he is the big dog in the urban ag business. MacArthur Genius Award. He's up in Milwaukee. And he has, where we have 5 sites, he's got over 20 now, and training people all over the world. He is the leader of urban ag movement in this country. As I said, he's a MacArthur Genius. I don't think he's the only one in urban ag that's gotten that. James Beard Award winner, all of that. He's very pleased to be associated with him. So our objective, we want to strengthen the social and political foundation for urban agriculture. Until this June, urban ag was technically illegal in Atlanta. You couldn't even grow a garden because it wasn't in ordinances. We live in a permit-oriented society. If you don't have specific permission to do something, then it's illegal. So now we have one of the most supportive, and this is part of our work. It took 3 years to get this legislation through the city, but we have one of the most supportive urban ag policies in the entire country. So you can grow food wherever you are, wherever you live in Atlanta, and we think that's important. But now we have to get resources to make it available for the urban ag, because the commercial agricultural sector is completely subsidized. A farmer today, whether it's cotton, corn, soybeans, they could not grow it. If they grew it and tried to sell it and make it economically viable, it doesn't work without government support. We need to get that same kinds of support for our urban ag, and we're working on that. How much time? We have 3 minutes. All right, let me go through this real quick. We need to raise money. We're working on, that's a constant thing. We believe there should be no vacant plots of land that are suitable for growing, large or small, as long as there are people who need to eat. Quality food should be a right, not a privilege. And that's where we're moving. And I know that Truly Living Well is a model of natural urban agriculture that can be used to build healthier communities across our country. And we stand ready to partner in doing this work, and our hope is that each and every person will learn to truly live well. Thank you. So, we got 2 minutes for questions. Yes, ma'am. TrulyLivingWell.com. Yes, ma'am.
Do you do corporate CSR projects?
Absolutely. We had Microsoft out with about 150 people in the spring. Holland Lines brought 300 people in 2 weeks. We're doing one with Home Depot in October. So absolutely. Absolutely. My email, Rashid, R-A-S-H-I-D, at TrulyLivingWell.com. We'd love to have many people who want to come out there. Just come, and all y'all, just come on down and see what we do. Yes, ma'am.
Do you supply at one of the local farmers markets?
We have our own. No, we don't. We have our own markets on site. Yeah, just come to us. We have Fridays and Wednesdays. You know, last week we had folks doing massage. We have added value products, doing yoga lessons down there. I think we got a belly dancer this week. I mean, so we got a whole lot of, we rocking out there. Yeah.
Co-op program
CSA? Just call up, email me. All the information is on the website. And so it's very easy. Just send us your money, and you're in. Yes, sir.
You mentioned this a lot about permitting and everything. Have you ever had any issues with like soil contamination?
No, we checked. You check. You need to know where you are. If you're going to start a garden at a gas station, you got a problem. Okay, now we're a former gas station site, but there are things you can do to mitigate, to get all that contaminants out. But one of the best things is rather than going down, go up. Raised beds works very well. So we checked down where the housing project was. We did an EPA level 1 test to see what's there, but we build our own soil. So that is a concern. Some of the brownfield sites you have to be or industrial areas, if you're going to grow, you have to be concerned about that. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Is it a good place to bring children to volunteer?
Oh, man. Yes, because there are no chemicals. It's completely safe. We love it. They can taste and eat anything that's out there with no problems whatsoever. So we love to have children. I mean, the children are the future. If we're going to change the society that we live in, it's going to begin with the young people. It's amazing how many young people come out to our camp that don't know. Let me go back even further than that. Chefs, produce managers who don't even, they say, oh, that's how that grows? That's what that looks like? How many folks think that peanuts grow on trees, like with the rest of the nuts? So you start with the children. They will bring their parents out and get the parents involved and change the diet. Marsha where'd she go? She's
Right
up there. She was testifying to some of the changes that happened at her house because her child got interested in the subject. They want to grow, want to eat better. So it's children is where we start. I got one more, two more. Let's go up here. Actually, another man up there. Go ahead.
Where can we get the food?
Our biggest market is Friday in Wheat Street, 75 Hilliard Street Northeast, right off of Auburn Avenue in the old 4th Ward, around the corner from the Sweet Auburn Market. On Wednesdays, today, we are in East Point. That's where our office is, 3353 Washington Road. All of that is on our website. Ma'am. Oh, she just fired me. All right.
Are you going to be around during the break, or?
I can do that, yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Wonderful.